Geras. One of the most unique and coolest characters that was introduced to the Mortal Kombat franchise. But no matter where you look, whether that is in tournaments or online leaderboards, he is nowhere to be found. For example, out of this ranking chart, only 1 out of 100 players is playing Geras. Why is that? To answer this question, I will embark on this challenge to spend 7 days learning Geras, to understand why he's neglected, and to see if anyone can play him. I'll be playing Combat League to see if I can climb up the ranks to Elder God. Since the game has been out for 7 months or so, I've only played Johnny Cage. I literally have 0 hours on everyone. This is going to be a unique experience for me. By the way, if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. Link will be in the description. Thanks. Anyways, I doubt I'll be making it anywhere near Elder God, but I like a good challenge. Before I begin my journey, here are some goals that I need to complete by the end of this video.
This is your destiny.
Since this is my first time picking up Geras, let's take a second and play with his buttons. And I gotta say, my first impression about him is that he feels very stiff.
Pause!
Geras actually was one of my main characters in Mortal Kombat 11, and he played very differently there. In this game, Geras was a hybrid of a brawler, grappler, and trapper. My favorite thing about him was his command grab and sand clone, mainly because from his command grab, you can force a tick throw where they had no choice but to block the first hit. And my next favorite thing about him was his sand clone. You get to choose where to place it, which makes great ways to trap the opponent. He also had easier hit confirm mix-ups such as his 1-1-1 or his 1-1 into sand trap. This is what I'm used to after 4 years of playing him. But in Mortal Kombat 1, that is not the case anymore. He had turned into a completely different character. Same archetype but missing a lot of his iconic traps, which is a problem for me and will require me to learn his move from scratch. After 30 minutes, here are some bread and butter combos I came up with that will give us something to start out with. Okay, now that we got his bread and butter combos down, next let's take a look at his pressure game, because combos are not the only thing we need. It's important that we keep ourselves safe, but have ways to open the opponent up. Unfortunately, it looks like plenty of Geras' moves are risky to use, because they do take some time to start up, and mostly because they're negative on block. First, we have Little Hand, which is +3 on block, which is great, but then we have moves like Clogged Up, is -5 on block, which is safe but loses his turn. Speed Up is -7 on block and has a slow startup, which is funny because it's not fast at all. The Wall is -6, Elbow Before Me is also -6, Bulldozer is -5, and Doomfist is -3. And lastly, Shin Splints is -4 on block. It seems to me, based on Geras' frame data, that most of his attacks are not meant for rushdown, but more about waiting and hit confirming the opponent. Because we have few attacks that are barely safe on block, and plenty of move where it's negative. And Geras' projectile is very slow too, so this is the complete opposite to what I'm used to. Hopefully we do well. All we need now is select the right Kameo before we can give online matches a try. The hardest part about selecting a Kameo is finding out what is the best fit for you. A part of me wants to go with Sector since I know what he's all about, but if I want to grow as a player, I need to find out who is the best for my character. For now, I'll go with an easy choice and pick Kung Lao, since he can synergize with just about anyone. Another reason is that he can give Geras a fast projectile, which substitutes his slow projectile. His hat can also be used for easy pressure by using it after a string. The spin and teleport, I saw that they both can extend his combos for mass amount of damage. So with all of this in mind, let's give him a try.
Pray for mercy.
On day 1, the matches went pretty much how you expected it to go. It went poorly. Alright.
Yo, I'm joking. Stop the break, stop!
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even have my bread and butter combos down. Muscle Mary though. Nice.
We.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, alright. Think I'm never gonna have a turn, aren't I? 30 minutes of practicing isn't too much to go off of, and I forgot all the combos I learned. And I don't know which pokes are still good to use and which ones that are not risky. I had to pin them mid-match because I quickly forgot them. Normally, this is how my experience goes when learning a new character. I learn by diving into online quickly. I do this so I can show you my progress and how brand new I am to the character. I quickly got frustrated because no matter what pokes or starters I use, it was just too slow. Come on, Jesus Christ! Something needs to come out! Oh my god, 430 ping, dude. Can I press something? God damn, Geras! What am I supposed to do here? Just sit here and take it? And there you go.
Suffering is the seed of strength.
Clearly, we need more practice. So what can we do to really win more matches? For one, we need to figure out a game plan to open players up, so I decided to look up Geras guides to find out how players play him, especially when it comes to his pokes because I can't seem to find a way to approach the opponent. Here are some things I picked up on. When it comes to Geras, his low pokes and sweeps are what will help him create the necessary distance for the rest of his pokes. Since we all know that they're pretty slow, let me show you. First up, we have Quicksand. Great in startup at 9 frames and is safe on block at -8. It looks to be a short distance, but the sand causes it to have a slightly bigger hitbox, so it's safe. Next, we have In the Gears. It has 11 frame startup and is -6 on block. This one will be used more often because of the distance it reaches. It also has a lot of pushback on block. This also allows us to use moves like Speed Up safely. If the opponent presses any buttons, then I can hit confirm it for a combo. This will also allow me to use other moves like the wall and shin splints. Lastly, his sweep, Timefall. This move is commonly used because of the distance it reaches. One of the goals is to condition your opponent to block low so that you could come then use your overhead. It is also unsafe though because it's -25 on block. That is why your sweeps and pokes are what you will have to use as Geras. Now that we have reliable pokes, what are other tactics we can use on the opponent? Well, we have to now take a look at his command grab. Those are History Lesson and Follow-Up Exam. Both serve the same purpose, but changes the direction on where the opponent will end up. On its own, it can be good because it punishes a blocked opponent. The thing is, we have to guarantee they'll be blocking so it won't whiff. This is where Kung Lao will come in to make sure of that. But what I really want to find out is how good his tick throws are in this game. I took a quick look and so far it's honestly a weaker version of what MK11 had. Your options are limited. For example, the only moves you can use to force a tick throw are the wall, quicksand, and in the gears. It would be great if it was able to tick throw from using forward 2. It would be similar to his MK11 version, but since we can't, it's harder. Not to mention that the command grab itself isn't as reliable to tick throw often because they can tell once the move comes out. But we will test it out online to see how well it does.
My spark of infinity never fades.
On day 3, we started the day pretty good considering I was winning the first few matches. I was getting much more comfortable playing Geras since I was learning more than before. My reactions in confirming combos had become much better. Hell yeah, whiff punish. Hell yeah, proper whiff punish. Hell yeah, let's go! Let me tell you, what I really like about Geras is that he has a command grab and a tick throw that can punish blocking opponents. It has helped me so much in finishing the round. Tick throw, baby! Hell yeah, let's go! Oh my god, I'm about to lose, aren't I? Hell yeah. But I quickly remembered that you cannot rely on it too much, because some opponents know already how to counter it. And they know about the tick throw already? Oh, what the hell? And look at that! He already learned how to counter it! Again! What is the point of the move then? What I realized when it comes to Geras is that you cannot afford to button mash or even take your turn immediately. Everything has to be calculated, which is very different from the freedom you have with Johnny Cage. With him, you can try any pokes and see what openings you have, but with Geras, everything is negative, so you have to set up your timings in a different way. But I have to say, in my opinion, Geras seems to be a very difficult character because you cannot rely on his normals or even his command grabs to get by. You have to master a lot of his gimmicks and technical side to get the most out of it. I often get confused on how Geras should be played. Many players online often use his projectiles, even though they're slow, to keep the opponent away, because you will get outmatched at close range. If that's the case, why is his projectile so slow? Is he not supposed to zone you out? But at a close range, you can try to use your normals, but they all are risky. You can try to use your command grabs, but players can easily figure it out and counter it. So what aspect of Geras can he take advantage of when everything fails? I just don't see anything besides his damage right now.
Temporary inconvenience.
There is one strategy that I haven't used yet. You can do this if everything fails. I can't believe I forgot about this one. It said that it's so powerful that it leaves the opponent too stunned to speak, even too stunned to move. If you know, you know, but if you don't, here it is.
You gonna make me act up. You gonna make me do something I'm gonna regret.
Hey man, I think you got him.
You want what he's having?
No.
That's what I thought. Justice for Gotham.
It is the BBC combo, as in Big Brain Combo. It is very disrespectful that it not only does damage, but psychological damage as well. I think it's time to show you what this baby could do to real life players.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
In all seriousness, I'm very curious to see if there's any pro strategies that involve double time. Double time is Geras' same clone option in this game, but here you create a checkpoint where you then return after a couple of seconds. Or, once you get hit, you also return back to that checkpoint. A thing to note is that you still receive damage, and the enhanced version costs 2 bars, but you're able to freeze time, record what you want the clone to do, which can create epic mix-up options. Kinda expensive, and it's why you never really see this move at all. What they should do is make it cost 1 bar to incentivize you to use it more. Anyways, it does have a lot of potential, and it could help me finally open players up. So I took a look on YouTube, and I saw a video from Demoralize. Here's what I learned. Knowing this, let's give it a try online and see how players handle this. Hell yeah, let's go! I don't even know what happened. Hell yeah, boy! Alright, let's go! Hell yeah. He didn't know what to do.
You are weak.
You know, even after learning a little bit more, nothing has been working. Losing back to back does not feel good. Should I keep going or end it here? Maybe Kung Lao is not the greatest pick for me right now. If that's the case, then I'll go with Motaro, who is another great choice for pairing up with Geras. This is because there are two things that he benefits from. First one is having to deal with constant projectile zoning. With Motaro, now I have a Reflect, which denies any and bounces their projectile back at them. This will give me time to call in Hourglass, or try to counterzone them as well. It also shuts down my opponent's primary strategy at far range, and now will have to approach me if they want to get some damage in. Second, I get a faster teleport. Although Kung Lao has the same ability, his is just way too slow. He gets knocked out of it constantly. This, and the fact that using teleport to combo into it, is much easier with Motaro. Although I can't land it consistently, I have a much higher success rate with Motaro doing teleport cancel combos than Kung Lao. Lastly, Motaro kind of provides that safe on block option with his projectiles, and it's much more plus on block. Just the same thing as Kung Lao. This can definitely give me time something to work with where I keep my turn. With all of this in mind, let us see how my experience is online with Motaro. Let's go! Geras! Alright. Oh damn! Alright, let's go! Yes! I can't believe it! I did that! You know what? I see myself doing much better with Motaro, and I won far more games with him than Kung Lao, so I'll use him for the rest of the week.
I only get stronger.
You all must be wondering by now why I haven't used any of Geras' Hourglass charges yet in any of my matches. Well, I really wanted to master this character first before I get into learning more complex mechanics like that. The thing about this countdown mechanic is that, just like most of Geras' attacks, is that the activation mode is just too slow at 70 frames startup. Even if you meter burn it, the activation is still the same. Yes, you can get all 3 charges ready, but even having to find the time to activate this is both risky and challenging. Some matches are way too hard to even find the time to breathe. A nice quality of life change I am grateful for though is that they added a visual indicator letting you know that this is charged up. When I started to learn Geras the first day, this was one of my main complaints. I couldn't tell what charge he was on because there were no obvious way to tell. Honestly, it's crazy that it took 8 months for this to be a thing. If the goal was to get this charge during the match, they didn't certainly give you everything to make sure of that. Anyways, in order to get the most out of Geras, unfortunately you have to use this mechanic to get the most optimal damage. So let's give it a try in actual matches. Let's see if it makes a big difference. Oh yeah, we did that combo. Let's go. Another reason why you would want to have all 3 charges ready to go is that you now have access to a special move called Fixed Point, where he recalls and goes back to where he was 3 seconds ago, which gains back his health that he lost. It's a neat mechanic that has some great comeback potential. It definitely saved me during the last crucial moments. Unfortunately, it's not a very good tool in my opinion. There are a lot of flaws when it comes to this move. I don't know if they did this to balance it, which I can see, but for having to use a lot of resources, you can get knocked out of it pretty easily. You gotta be kidding me, right? How the hell does that move work? Damn it. No! Oh no! I got knocked out! That is not a low, dude. What? Why was that not safe for me? Here's the thing about this move. You have to understand the right timing to get the best use of it. Meaning you have to understand when you can safely activate it. This just adds another layer of complexity and shows why Geras continues to be a very difficult character. I am already having a tough time figuring out the timing to even use his normals, but now I have to learn my opponent's combo routes that has a slight gap for me to recall. You know what? I'm done.
Such a waste.
So what are my thoughts after playing a week with Geras? Well, he is very different from what I expected him to be. I definitely prefer his MK11 version, because there, he had it all. He had one of the best mids in the game, best command grab, a functioning tick throw options, best crushing blows, mix-up game was strong, and variation options made him play very differently, which was great to see more ways to use him. But in this game, they really water him down in my opinion. They really tied this countdown mechanic to him. Where are his sand traps? His big fist gauntlet, his many sand clone options. They really took away a lot of things that made him fun. I had to really adjust my mindset. Now that I'm more experienced, I'm seeing a lot of potential and possibilities with Geras' combos. Mataru really makes a huge difference for me. Sometimes I surprised myself that this conversion worked, and it made me appreciate what Geras has taught me. Although it was nothing but losses, at this moment, I'm winning more and more, and eventually I feel like I'll catch up to my losing record. This is the rank I end up with. But I do feel like Geras needs some buffs of some sort. Something I do hope that they get improved on is his down 1. It's honestly just terrible. Actually, plenty of his pokes are. And apparently, I'm not the only one. There is a community of Geras players that also wants some improvements, such as his down 1, because it's stubby, forward 2 to be actually plus on block, his projectile to be more safe, his clone activation to be faster, and those are just some of his things. Having Geras' normals be below average really made it tough for me at the beginning. I wanted to give up every day, and some days I would completely stop playing. I just couldn't. A lot of his optimals or even effective combos have so much strict timing that the execution for most of these combos was impossible for me to do. Even trying to use Kung Lao or Motaro to do these teleport cancel combos was way too hard for me. I spent hours and hours practicing, and I couldn't get it consistently. Geras is a cool character, but requires you to really know your stuff, and to be able to not miss any inputs. I was curious to see where people currently place him in the tier list, and it honestly makes sense where he's at. There are plenty of characters that can easily do much more damage with far less effort, like Melina, Li Mei, to name a couple, and their health value is not reduced, so what gives? Anyways, I'm glad this challenge is over. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about Geras currently. I hope you guys enjoyed my journey learning this character. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, a like and a follow would be very appreciated. I'm not sure who I'll be picking next, so suggest that in the comments down below. With that, I hope you guys have a good day.